Brian from the Tone Jerks podcast here. This video I wanted to compare two really popular Boss pedals from the 80s. Kind of like 80s in a box in my head. So I have the Boss CE-2 that I'm borrowing from Kyle, my co-host of the podcast. And I'm also borrowing the Dimension C from our buddy Will Lehew at the Just Surprise Me podcast. Okay, so I know they're both not chorus pedals, but the whole reason for doing the comparison is, in my head, I always thought of the Dimension C as a chorus pedal. And from doing the demo and actually playing them side by side, I could tell the differences. So for the demo, I am using my Axe 8 Fractal hard pan to one side and my Line 6 HX Stomp hard pan to the other. Because the Dimension C has stereo outs, and it really does, come to life and, does its own thing, really different from the CE2 in stereo. So let's go check it out. Okay, so I'm going to play the pedals, but before I do, just let you know, I'm going stereo out. So I got an HX Stomp on one side, and I got my Fractal Axe 8 on the other, and I kind of have them hard pan so you can hear when when the Dimension C really comes on. I heard that it really comes to life in stereo using 2 amps. So I was kind of looking around on the internet, I didn't do too much research. What the difference is, mainly I'm going to play it and you're going to hear. I did ask a buddy, Jason Fuzzmonger, what he, because he owns a Dimension C, like what his thoughts are on the differences between the two. And he had mentioned that, let's see, when they came out with the Dimension C, they mentioned on Guitar Nerds podcast that it has multiple modulated lines that are kind of out of phase of each other, and that's kind of the main difference between a chorus and the Dimension C. So, Jason, thanks so much for that. But let's hear what these sound like. Here's my clean tone here. Okay, cool. Let's do the CE2. Now the Dimension C. It's got 4 modes on it, so just 4 buttons and you get the 4 sounds. Here's 2. Three. And 4. I think that's the most intense, at least in my opinion here. Okay, so pretty simple, just a comparison there. I thought it was pretty cool. The Dimension C definitely has, it sounds more complex. Like you can hear a lot more things are going on, especially in stereo. They're both cool. Definitely pretty cool vintage 80s Boss pedals. I guess if 80s is that vintage nowadays. But yeah, very cool. Very cool sounds. Definitely both of these would get you the 80s chorus tone. All right. Thanks, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.